After my friend gets transmigrated into the real young master of a tragic web novel, I become his word edit system. Each line, I can only change one part of it. To help him deal with the scheming fake young master and his biased family, I go all out rewriting the plot for him. At the orphanage, the butler who comes to pick him up looks down on him. Nathan doesn't help pack his bags, so the butler heads back down to the luxury car waiting below. I change head back to jump. The next second, the snobbish butler's body rushes to the window against his will, and he leaps out, landing right on top of the limousine parked below. Nathan says in surprise, "Butler Wilson, why didn't you take the stairs down? You jumped straight out the window. You really are impatient." Everyone at the orphanage is stunned. The driver has no choice but to rush Butler Wilson to the hospital first. After hearing the news, the Chen family has to send someone else to pick up Nathan. In the car, Nathan says to me, "This family plays favorites big time. They've put the real male lead through hell. Buddy, later you have to go wild rewriting this script for me. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's satisfying." Once Nathan is led into the living room of the Chen mansion, Father Chen, Mother Chen, and his older brother Marcus are all there. They're gathered around the sofa, comforting the crying fake young master Aiden. Mother Chen glances at Nathan, sizing up his shabby clothes. She says bluntly, "No wonder, raised in an orphanage, completely uncivilized. Someone, take him and wash off whatever bad luck he's carrying." She holds Aiden close and coos, "Aiden, you're the one mommy raised as her treasure. How could that country bumpkin compare to you?" Father Chen and Marcus look at Nathan with disgust and say, "Did you hear that? If you heard it, then get out." Nathan's face flushes red from the insults, but bound by the plot, all he can do is hold back tears, fidgeting nervously with the hem of his shirt. "Buddy, hurry up and change the plot so I can fight back. I want to curse these idiots out." I quickly pull up what happens next. It says Nathan gets scared and can only keep saying, okay, that's way too spineless. I change okay to fight back. The next second, Nathan clutches his chest and unleashes a wave of comebacks. "You think I'm bad luck? I think this whole family is the real bad luck. Dogs would scatter sticky rice at the sight of you and chant a prayer for good measure. You're supposed to be my real mother, yet you're hugging him and calling him your treasure. Did you maybe, when you gave birth to me, leave your brain behind in the delivery room? Living 18 extra years with an empty skull, that's honestly a miracle. Watch out, they might dissect you for research." Mother Chen is stunned speechless. Father Chen jumps up and roars, "You ill-mannered brat, how dare you curse your own mother?" Not only do I dare curse her, I dare curse you too. Anyone with half a brain would be good to their own son, but your head must be stuck where the sun doesn't shine, because you're acting like a father to some nobody trash, and cursing your real son for his sake. Watch out for lightning." Father Chen trembles with rage. Marcus jumps into the fight too, sneering, "You uncivilized little bastard, watch your filthy mouth." "My mouth's not half as filthy as you. Marcus, is your rectum wired straight to your brain? How else would garbage spill out every time you open your mouth? Maybe lay off the laxatives. Wouldn't want to flush your brain out too. Man, this whole family can't scrape together one working brain between them. If I'd known, I wouldn't have come back. What rotten luck." The living room falls dead silent. All three of them go pale from Nathan's brutal insults. For a moment, none of them know how to fight back. Aiden stands up, eyes red, and says, "Nathan, I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Please don't curse Mom, Dad, and Marcus. I'll leave the Chen family right now." I hurry to check what happens next. After Aiden finishes speaking, he turns and runs crying toward the door. I change turn to spin. The next second, Aiden throws his arms wide, spinning like a top and whirling toward the exit at top speed. "Mom, Dad, save me." Aiden wails, spinning faster and faster, twirling straight toward the mansion's front gate. The whole family jumps up to chase him, but they can't catch up. Father Chen shouts, "Stop the young master!" But every servant in his path gets sent flying by this unstoppable human top. He wails the whole way, spinning ever faster, and bursts straight through the mansion's front gate. Watching the family chase him further and further away, Nathan trails behind, nearly dying of laughter, and calls out, "Aiden, where are you off to? Come back and eat. If you're not eating, I will." He heads back into the mansion, plops down at the dinner table, and digs in. Just as Nathan leans back in his chair, letting out a satisfied burp, the family comes back, half carrying a completely disheveled Aiden. His hair is stuffed with twigs and weeds, his clothes are torn to shreds. He looks more like the one who just came from an orphanage than Nathan does. "You brat, your brother's in this state and you can still stuff your face?" Father Chen and Mother Chen snap furiously. I check the plot. Aiden leans against his mother's shoulder, crying with a wrong look on his face. "Mom, Dad, don't blame Nathan. He must just be hungry. That's why he's acting like this." I smirk and change a lean to climb on. Suddenly Aiden, who was crying just a second ago, shoots up in an instant, launching into the air like a bottle rocket, and lands straddling Mother Chen's shoulders. He's still crying out his line as it happens. "Mom, Dad, don't blame Nathan. He must just be hungry. That's why he's acting like this." Caught completely off guard, Mother Chen's knees buckle under his weight and she drops straight to the floor. Nathan jumps up, waving his hands frantically. "Whoa, Mom, you don't need to bow to me like that. Get up, quick, somebody get him off her. I can't hold this up." "You brat, what do you think you're doing? Get down." Father Chen and Marcus rush over and yank Aiden away. Once he's pulled down, he stares at his own hands and legs, terrified and helpless. Mother Chen sits on the floor, glaring at him with fury in her eyes. "What is wrong with you?" The plot appears again. Here's what happens next. Aiden, coming to his senses, looks at his mother's furious face and hurries to apologize through tears. I change, looks at his mother's furious face, to slaps his mother's face. The next second, Aiden reaches out both hands and slaps Mother Chen hard across the face, crying, "I'm sorry," as he keeps slapping. "Mom, I didn't mean to." Mother Chen is knocked senseless. She takes several solid slaps. "You dare hit me?" She screams and tries to flee, but Aiden's hands seem glued to her face, following her no matter where she dodges. Father Chen and Marcus, watching, are on the verge of losing it. They rush over and pin him down. The next part of the plot appears. Father Chen slaps Aiden hard, twice, cursing him as a disgrace. Aiden covers his face, begging for mercy over and over. Marcus softens and rushes over to shield him, pleading on his behalf. I smirk, and change 2 slaps to 200 slaps, and change shield him to elbow him. The next second, the living room turns into an all-out war zone. Father Chen starts slapping Aiden nonstop over and over. Aiden's cheeks swell up red from the beating. He wails, "I'm sorry, Dad, I was wrong, please stop hitting me." But Father Chen isn't stopping until he hits 200 slaps. He keeps chasing Aiden down, slapping away. Aiden howls in agony from the beating. "Marcus, help me." Marcus softens and pleads, "Dad, stop hitting him. Aiden, don't be scared, I'll protect you." The next second, he suddenly springs forward and slams his elbow hard into Aiden's face. Aiden doesn't even get the chance to cry out. His whole body falls straight backward. Blood from his nose arcs through the air in a perfect parabola. The back of his head slams into the floor, and his body starts to twitch. Mother Chen screams, "Stop hitting him." Marcus snaps back to his senses. He quickly says, "I'm sorry, Aiden, I didn't mean to. I'll call the family doctor right now to save you." On Nathan's very first day home, he comes through all this chaos completely unscathed. The whole family fusses over Aiden, who's hurt the worst. No one bothers Nathan anymore. In the days that follow, Aiden, true to form, acts like a total schemer, looking for every chance to frame Nathan. In one dinner table scene, Aiden hatches a nasty plan. He deliberately cooks a pot of seafood soup, knowing Nathan is allergic, and ladles a bowl for him. If Nathan won't drink it, Aiden starts crying, "Nathan, do you look down on me? Is that why you won't drink the soup I made?" I sneer and change ladle the soup to slurp the soup. The next instant, Aiden suddenly throws down the ladle, buries his face in the soup pot, and with a loud slurp, he sucks in a huge mouthful of soup. His face is covered in oil and bits of vegetables. Then, under the family's horrified stares, he spits the soup out of his mouth into the bowl in front of Nathan, not forgetting to add, "Nathan, do you look down on me? Is that why you won't drink the soup I made?" Before Nathan can even respond, the whole family snaps at Aiden that something's wrong with him. Father Chen makes him drink the entire pot of soup by himself as punishment. Having drunk way too much seafood soup, Aiden spends the whole night on the toilet. He nearly collapses from it. Next up, in this frame-up scene, Aiden secretly hides his diamond watch under Nathan's pillow, then calls the whole family to catch the thief. I change under Nathan's pillow to under Nathan's head. The next second, Aiden clutches the watch and dashes downstairs. Under the whole family's gaze, he lifts up Nathan's head as he lies on the couch, and stuffs the watch underneath the back of his skull. Then he cries out, "Mom, Dad, Nathan, my diamond watch is missing. Did Nathan take it?" The whole family goes silent, staring at him like he's lost his mind. After a long pause, Marcus grits out through his teeth, "Aiden, that was honestly funnier than a comedy sketch." Realizing what he's just done, Aiden lets out a shriek and flees, covering his face. Next comes the horse ranch scene. Father Chen takes both of them to the ranch to broaden their horizons. Aiden smirks smugly, "Nathan, you've never ridden a horse before, have you? Let me show you how it's done." In the original plot, Aiden moves with sharp precision, leaps up lightly, and rides the horse off in a cloud of dust. Trying to steal the spotlight from my friend? Not a chance. I lift my hand and change ride the horse to carry the horse. The next second, Aiden moves with sharp precision, leaps up lightly, bends down, scoops up the horse's front legs and hoists them onto his own shoulders, and sprints off carrying the entire horse on his back. Everyone watches in horror. Father Chen feels like he's lost every ounce of dignity. Nathan bursts out laughing. He comforts his father. Turns out Aiden looks so delicate, but he's incredibly strong. You really can't judge a book by its cover. Too embarrassed to face it, Father Chen turns and flees. After running a full lap, Aiden collapses from exhaustion at the edge of the ranch. He's covered head to toe in dirt, horse drool still clinging to his hair. He becomes a laughingstock to everyone there. Still fuming, Aiden sets his sights on school next. At school, he deliberately stirs up his circle of wealthy friends, hoping to use them against Nathan. In the original plot, when Aiden introduces Nathan, he puts on a wronged look, eyes reddened, and says, "Hi everyone, this is my brother whom my parents adopted from an orphanage. Please treat him kindly." He phrases it deliberately vague, leading everyone to believe Nathan is the adopted one. I'm outraged on Nathan's behalf. Aiden bullies him at every turn, so I have to help Nathan fight back. I sneer and change adopted to found. "Hi everyone, this is my brother whom my parents found and brought back from an orphanage. Please treat him kindly." Hearing this, everyone turns to look at Aiden with disdain. So Nathan is actually the real young master of the Chen family. Then what's Aiden even got to be sorry for himself about? A trash imposter who stole someone else's place. Disgusting. These wealthy heirs and heiresses already look down on illegitimate children and adopted ones. Some of them even despise them outright. Because of this, Aiden instantly becomes known to everyone as a manipulative schemer. Meanwhile, Nathan successfully earns everyone's sympathy. They quickly become close friends with him. None of Aiden's schemes manage to hurt Nathan at all. Instead, Aiden suffers every consequence himself, reduced to nothing but Nathan's foil. Even Father Chen and Mother Chen start to change their view. They begin to genuinely appreciate Nathan, feeling proud that their real son excels in every way. Aiden starts to read the room and stops provoking Nathan. Then, right before Nathan's 19th birthday, Aiden overhears his parents talking. The Liu family's only daughter is interested in marrying into our family. Why don't we give this chance to Nathan? After all, he's our real son. I agree, that kid is excellent, and he's proven himself well. We underestimated him before. Once things are settled, we'll give him some shares in the company. Listening through the door, Aiden clenches his fists, a venomous glint flashing in his eyes. On the day of the birthday banquet, after Nathan finishes getting ready, and is about to drive to the banquet hall, two masked thugs suddenly emerge in the underground parking garage. They pull out a drugged handkerchief and clamp it over his mouth. The instant Nathan loses consciousness, I cry out in panic. No! Buddy, if you pass out, I won't be able to edit the plot anymore. I pull up the storyline trying to save him, only to find the story ahead has turned completely blank. A line of text appears before me. The original storyline has been fully used up. What happens next is now unknown. Good luck. At the same moment, a chilling laugh echoes from Aiden nearby. Ugh, you bastard. I already knew you had some shady system helping you. The moment you pass out, that system is useless. This time, I'm going to ruin you completely and get mom and dad to throw you out of this family. He orders the two thugs to load Nathan into the car. To my shock, I discover Marcus is sitting in the car as well. Let's go. I already had someone handle the security cameras here. Who would have guessed this? Kid turned out to be so capable, making mom and dad value him so much. Not only did they pick him for the Liu family marriage, they even wanted to give him company shares. Marcus, don't worry, after today, he won't get to keep either the marriage or the shares. The two exchange a knowing smile, eyes gleaming with calculation and malice. The car starts moving. I call out to Nathan in desperation, but he's completely unresponsive from the effects of the drug. This is exactly where the original story stopped being updated. Right before the male lead's 19th birthday, he gets framed by the fake young master over and over. The male lead gets thrown out of the family entirely and ends up wandering the streets. The author got so much backlash they lost the will to keep writing, which is why everything after this point is an unknown blank. Just as I'm burning with worry, the car winds through several turns and stops in a narrow alley. Looking up, it turns out to be the back entrance of an upscale club. They get out of the car and order the two thugs to carry unconscious Nathan out. They carry him into one of the private rooms. Marcus waves the manager over. Is everything ready? It's all ready. Mr. Chen, I guarantee you'll be satisfied. The manager claps his hands and a group of models, each with a different look, comes smiling into the room. Remember, make sure they follow my instructions exactly. After a few more words of instruction, the two of them drive Nathan's car back to the banquet hall. Anxious, Father Chen and Mother Chen see only the two of them arrive. They ask in alarm, "Where's Nathan?" Aiden speaks up, eyes red. "Nathan said he didn't want to share the birthday banquet with me. He said he wanted to go enjoy his own celebration somewhere else." That's right, we tried everything to stop him, but we could only watch him run off. Father Chen scolds them in a low, furious voice. Damn it, get him back here right now. The Liu Group's daughter came here today specifically for him. She's already waiting inside. Marcus puts on a wronged expression. Mom, Dad, you know how it is. Nathan never listens to us anyway. Why don't Aiden and I go keep the guests entertained for now, while you two figure out what to do? Father Chen and Mother Chen exchange a glance, and reluctantly nod. Fine, we'll call Nathan right now. You two go keep things under control out there. Marcus and Aiden hurry up onto the stage, picking up the microphone to open the ceremony. Before they've said more than a few words, Marcus's phone rings. He accidentally hits the speaker button. The club manager's voice comes through loud and clear. Mr. Chen, your brother has ordered over a dozen models. Says he wants to stay the night here, and he's ordered the most expensive drinks on the menu, all charged to your account. Since the total is quite large, we wanted to confirm with you first. The whole hall erupts in shock. Father Chen and Mother Chen's faces go dark with anger. Marcus fumbles to hang up the call, forcing a laugh as he explains. Misunderstanding must have been a wrong number, but someone in the crowd questions it. Wait, where's the Chen family's real young master? Today's the birthday for both him and the fake young master. Could the person on the call actually be him? Aiden covers his mouth in mock shock. How could Nathan do something like that? The Liu couple's faces turn stony with anger. Chairman Chen, is this the sincerity you're offering for this marriage alliance? Your son leads a reckless personal life, and you still expect him to marry my daughter? Dream on. At that moment, Vivian Liu, dressed in an elegant couture gown, her expression calm and composed, steps forward. Dad, Mom, I think there's something off about this. Without solid proof, let's not jump to conclusions yet. Seeing her step in to defend Nathan, Father Chen and Mother Chen quickly nod along. Yes, it must be a misunderstanding. Vivian doesn't say anything more, but sweeps a cold glance over Marcus and Aiden on stage. I don't believe it's really that much of a coincidence. The call comes in right when they take the stage, and it just happens to end up on speakerphone. Nathan's friends also step forward to defend him. Right, we don't believe it either. Nathan is excellent and hardworking at school. There's no way he'd do something like this. Exactly, there's no evidence at all. Just one phone call. Who knows if it's even real? Seeing that things aren't going as planned, Marcus grits his teeth and offers a suggestion. I don't believe Nathan could really do something like this either. How about this, Miss Liu? Come with me to that club and see for yourself. Seeing is believing. If it's a misunderstanding, this will clear it up. Vivian nods calmly, and the Lu couple relent. Fine, we'll come along too. Mother Chen and Aiden stay behind to keep entertaining the guests, and then, Father Chen follows the manager and the Lu family to the club. As the group stands at the door of the private room, mocking laughter can be heard drifting out from inside. Father Chen's face goes dark with rage. He kicks the door open with brutal force. The next second, everyone's expressions freeze on their faces. A blinding flash of white light bursts through the room. Sure enough, there are several people dancing provocatively around Nathan, but they turn out to all be men dressed in women's clothing. Hey, who said you could barge in here? The man in charge shouts angrily in a gruff voice. Marcus is completely baffled. Who are you people? He clearly saw the manager send in over a dozen female models. How did they all turn into men? The man in charge finally realizes what's happened. He shrieks and pulls out a mirror to check his own face. Ah, how could this be? The dozen or so men instantly descend into chaos, screaming and covering their faces as they flee outside. Only now do Father Chen and the Lu family get a clear look at the scene inside. Nathan sits upright and composed right in the middle of the couch. He says, feigning surprise, "Oh, Dad, Mom, Marcus, why are you all here? Who were those people? This is the chairman and his wife from the Lu group, and this is Miss Vivian Lu." Father Chen hastily makes the introductions. Nathan stands up and gives them a warm, sweet smile. "Chairman Lu, Mrs. Lu, Miss Lu, it's a pleasure. Meeting you in person really does you justice. You're even lovelier than the rumors say." "Young Master Chen, you flatter me." Father Chen takes the chance to scan the room, and once he confirms Nathan hasn't done anything out of line, he finally lets out a breath of relief. "Why didn't you go to the banquet hall? What are you doing here instead?" Hearing this, Nathan shoots Marcus a resentful glance, then says exactly what I coached him to say. "Marcus told me to come here. He said there were important people he wanted me to meet. While I was waiting, those dozen men suddenly rushed in insisting on dancing for me. I thought it seemed pretty entertaining, so I just let them do their thing. I didn't think much of it." "Marcus, were the important people you met Chairman Lu, his wife, and Miss Lu? But why would we need to meet them here? We could have met them at the banquet anyway." Everyone turns to Marcus with the same confused look. At this moment, his mind is already racing with panic. Why did things turn out like this? When did Nathan even wake up? How did those female models turn into men? But he knows this isn't the time to get stuck overthinking it. He forces a smile instead. "It's because I was worried Aiden might feel hurt. Dad, he doesn't know yet that the Lu family wants to arrange a marriage with Nathan. I was afraid it would upset him, so this was the best plan I could come up with. It's a lot of trouble you went through for his sake. But what about that phone call?" It must have been the club manager dialing the wrong number. We can just ask him and find out." He calls the club manager over. The manager, following Marcus's cue, apologizes repeatedly. "I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Chen. I mixed up your number with another gentleman's." Once things are cleared up, Father Chen waves a hand and says, "Since it was all a misunderstanding, go back and clear things up properly for Nathan's sake. Otherwise this could hurt his reputation." Marcus has no choice but to nod, seething inside. Vivian speaks up. "I'll ride back together with young Master Chen." No one objects to letting the two of them have some time alone, and everyone nods in agreement. Father Chen drags a reluctant Marcus into his own car. I follow along as Nathan gets into the passenger seat of Vivian's car. A pleasant, woody scent from her perfume drifts through the air. "I didn't expect you'd be even more capable than I imagined, Nathan." The corners of her mouth curl into a lovely smile. Nathan is momentarily struck speechless at the sight. "You know me?" "Yes, actually we've known each other for 10 years, though you probably don't remember." As she drives, she starts telling the story from 10 years ago. As it turns out, back when the original male lead was 9 years old, he once stumbled upon several human traffickers shoving a girl into a car by the roadside. Back then he was just a scrawny, small little boy, but he still summoned the courage to step in and help. He charged forward, shouting, swinging his backpack at them, kicking with all his might, until he ended up hanging off one trafficker's arm entirely. He gets thrown off, flying nearly 3 meters away, his head slamming against a stone post by the road, blood pooling on the ground. Because of the commotion he caused, a crowd of people gathers at the scene, forcing the traffickers to abandon the girl and flee. Vivian says, "That girl was me." She smiles softly. Both Nathan and I stare in stunned silence, jaws dropped. "I was so traumatized back then. I was sick for days. When the first recovered, I'd completely blocked out that memory. Not until I came back to the country last year and saw you at the Chen family's welcome back banquet for their real son." She turns her head and gives Nathan a gentle smile. "Did it all come rushing back to me in an instant. So can you tell me what's really going on here?" "I don't believe a word Marcus said. Over the past year, Aiden has secretly been observing Nathan closely. Even more disturbing than that, he's planted listening devices in places Nathan would never think to check. From bits of Nathan's own words, he learned about the existence of my system. So, he told Marcus about it, explaining that the system only works when Nathan is conscious." Hearing this, Marcus smiles. "Good thing you found this out, otherwise the two of us would probably end up losing everything to him." And so he makes up his mind to team up with Aiden, determined to drive Nathan out of the family together. Just now, on their way here, the club's female models had already given Nathan medication to wake him up, just waiting for the exact moment the doors burst open, to catch Nathan red-handed and confirm the accusation that he'd come here to fool around with the models. The instant Nathan regained consciousness, my system reactivated. The storyline pops up. Father Chen kicks the door of the room open with force, and the moment he steps in, he sees over a dozen club female models surrounding Nathan. Without a second thought, I'd change female models to male models straight away. That's exactly why that bizarre scene happened just now. Hearing this, Nathan wipes cold sweat from his brow and says gratefully, "Buddy, thanks to you, you've saved me again. Don't mention it." "But how are you planning to explain this to Vivian? You can't let her know you have a system. I'm worried she'll think you've lost your mind. Just watch me handle it." Nathan clears his throat and says to Vivian, sounding mysterious and profound, "You'll find out soon enough." I hover in the air, giving him a gesture of admiration. Meanwhile, after Father Chen returns to the banquet hall with Marcus and the Liu couple, Aiden hurries over to greet them, saying, "Dad, Mom, Marcus, did you find Nathan?" He doesn't see the expression he was hoping for on any of their faces, and immediately starts to panic inside. "He's riding back in the same car as Miss Liu, right behind us. He should be here any minute." Father Chen answers flatly, shooting Marcus a sideways glance. Reluctant as he is, Marcus has no choice but to get up on